Hi, I'm Gibaud from photographyvideoblog.com. This is my first video for the year 2014, so I wish you a very happy new year. We're still in time. Okay, although I don't know when you will see this video. Okay, today we're gonna start, this year we're gonna start with a review of the Nikon d5300. I had already reviewed the 5200. And my conclusion then were that I didn't think it was worth paying the difference between the 5100 and 5200. But now this is a whole new game, okay? So what about this camera? First I'm going to tell you about its features. The nice form of paper. They are very similar to the 5200, but we'll see there are some changes that make me think this is a very good camera. Okay, sorry for coughing, but I had the flu a few days ago. I'm still not back yet now, but I have to record the video anyway. The resolution is 24.2 megapix. The maximum speed is 1/4000th of a second, which is enough for most pictures, most situations. The frame rate is when you're shooting is 5 frames per second. If you use the camera in 12 bits, and when you're in a RAW format, not JPEG, and 4 frames per second if you're using 14 bits. You have a very good compensation, as you can do minus and plus 5 EV. The autofocus has 39 points and 9 have a cross type. So this is really good. I mean, this camera makes a really good focusing. The video. When you're in full HD, you have many options like 60, 50, 25 and 24 frames per second, which is really good because it gives you some possibilities to have to do like low motion later. I mean, 50 and 60 is not the best you can find, but it's there in full HD. So for that range of camera, I think this is really good. The ISO goes from 100 to 12,800. I tell you that I've tried with pictures of 6,400 and the quality was really good. So I do think that in this range of camera it opens a whole new world of possibilities for people who want to make low light pictures. It includes Sterile Microphone. And there are two things that I think that are, for me, I don't use them, but I think they may be useful to many people. It has a GPS, so you can locate later where your pictures have been made. So I think for people who travel, this is really something interesting. And there is Wi-Fi. With the 5200, you had to buy a small module you put on the side of the camera, but with this one it is included. It's not just for transferring your file from the camera to your computer. You can also remotely with your iPhone or Android telephone or tablet, you can control the camera, make pictures, make preview. I think it is a good feature. Okay, so I'm going to show you now some videos I've made with the camera and some pictures, and then I come back to tell you some more features and also to give my conclusion.
Informes de la banca de inversión se pone como uno de los riesgos, empieza a tener, como digo, alguna influencia.
La agencia de calificación Moody's ha advertido ayer de que el soberanismo catalán es el gran riesgo de la economía española. Su sola posibilidad aleja a los inversores.
Okay, I forgot one thing. See the size of the screen, this is 3.2 inches, which is really big, the 5200 at a 3-inch screen. So it's useful to check your pictures, you can really see properly, and when you are doing video, if you want to focus, it's a lot better to see, you know. So I think this is a nice feature. It's obviously it's like all this range of camera, you can turn it, flip it, everything. Okay. And why do I think it is a good camera? I think it's a good camera because you can use it if you start a beginner. You could use it because there are many features thought for beginners. And then as you go bettering your knowledge and your skills, then you can start using more manual or semi-automatic mode. So there are two things I think that's interesting that were already in the 5200 and the 5100. These are the scenes where you can actually decide if you want make pictures for food, night portrait, night landscape, indoor party, beach or snow, sunset, sunrise, your pet, like your cat or dog or whatever. So these, I think they are interesting. They're completely useless for a professional, but well, useless. He can use it, no, but he probably doesn't need to. But for someone who is a beginner or just advanced, I think it's interesting because I think photography, the most important thing is to enjoy it. Enjoy your pictures and not to be disappointed because you never get the picture you wanted. So it's good that to know that, well, I'll use that feature, make the picture, check it, I'll be happy with my picture. And then when you get better, then you learn how to make your decision, because when you use this, the camera is deciding for you. They know that with that kind of scene, you need a low speed or high speed, or a small aperture, a big aperture, or well, the camera decides for you. But still, you still frame the picture, you still decide what you take the picture of. So I think you are still the photographer, but I think it's good to have this feature. Then many people want to put some effects on their pictures and they don't know how to use the Photoshop, they don't know how to do post-processing. So there are something called effects. And this is the same thing. Then you can say if you want high key, low key, HDR picture, well, kind of painting, night vision, like a croquis in color, different effects that, I mean, a selective color. I mean, you select one color and the rest goes black and white. Many things like this that I think people who don't want to spend time on their computer and want to see the picture straight from the camera, they have fun with this. Is this photography? Well, photography maybe is going back to the film and go to a lab, you know, but the important thing is to have fun making pictures and be happy with the results, and your friends or family, they're happy with what you give them. You know? I think I see it this way, okay? So having this feature, it's good because you buy this camera, but you don't have to stick to these ready-made features. You, bit by bit, step by step, as you learn, you start going, well, semi-automatic or fully manual, and you learn how to make the picture you like. But it does not mean you have to change camera. The same, if you get a professional camera and you don't know how to use it, you're missing all these easy going features. Obviously you learn, so that's the good side. But many get disappointed and then they lose interest in making pictures because they don't get what they want. Okay, so it is the ideal camera to go bettering your skills. Okay, video wise, there is a new feature that is really good. Sorry, I'm dying almost. Well, hope not. Well, sorry, before the video, what has Nikon done to this camera compared to 5200? They have removed the low pass filter. What does that mean? Well, you've seen that sometimes you see someone on TV with a tie with small dots, or a shirt with small fabric with dots, or something like this, and you see a moire effect. It's like this, no? So on cameras they put a low pass filter that stops this effect. But when it stops this effect, it's also give pictures that are not as sharp. So what Nikon has done is to remove this filter. Obviously you're gonna think, yeah, but if they remove the filter, then the moire effects will appear again. Well, no, because they worked on the electronic and the processing, and it seems like the moire has been solved. I mean, you can still have some that probably you would have anyway, even with the filter. But the good news for this, what does that mean? All this megapixel war, doing 24, 25, 26 or more megapixel, makes these lenses really not good quality enough to get all the benefit you get from a good sensor. So the only solution is, or you spend a lot of money on very good lenses, and many people cannot do this. So Nikon, and probably soon Canon, Sony, all this have taken the way of removing this filter, so you get some sharper pictures. This means that this basic lens that come with the kit will give you better picture on the 5300 than on the 5200. This is theory. Obviously you would have to check exactly the same moment, the same picture, same everything, but yes, it is sharper. So it means that probably you will be able to use mid-range lenses, when really the logical thing with a 24 megapixel camera, you would need to have really good lenses. Okay, so good news. I think this is the main reason why you should not buy a 5200. So if you don't have budget, then you buy the 5100. If you have budget, then you go for the 5200, because for the price difference, yes, it is worth paying this extra for this quality. Okay. Now for video fan, there is one thing that is interesting. Although normally people who do serious video, they do manual focusing. You have the possibility to have real-time focusing. It means you continuous. You put it on continuous, you've seen it on the video, and as I focus, as I move, or my subject or myself making the video, then the camera keeps focusing all the time. This is the good news in the theory. The practical news, the reality, what it is, that you will hear the noise of the lens all the time. The focusing motor is all the time, which is normal. It has to focus. So the thing is, if you're going to do some serious video, you need external microphone, or you plug it in there, or in here on the side, or you have a separate recorder and you record the sounds. But yes, it is a possibility to have this, especially if you have a lens, a basic lens that is not thought for manual focusing. Although you can do it, it's not really practical to be focusing all the time. The problem is, when you focus manually, you decide exactly where to make the focus point. When it's automatic, as one of the videos you see, I do a pan like this, and then it jumps to the back, and then go back to my subject. Because obviously, if there's a subject here, and then far away, the focus goes to the back. So it's not ideal, but it does help, especially if you're starting with video and you're not too sure how to see things as in focus, all this. Okay, so this is a good point. Okay, so most of people, they just end up asking me, so do you recommend this camera? I say yes. In the 5200 I said better the 5100 for the price difference, but now yes, I said for the 5300. Although I'm really annoyed with Nikon and also Canon that they are getting their camera out too fast. I mean, I cannot buy 5200 and 6 months later I see there is a 5300 because I feel cheated. I feel that I bought my camera for 3-4 years and now there is already a new camera coming out. And obviously this removing the low pass filter, adding GPS and Wi-Fi, they could have done it on the 5200. So I feel cheated. I fortunately didn't buy it, but if I would have bought it, I would feel cheated. So I think, yeah, so 53 is okay. So when you buy a camera, don't think you will change your camera next year. Maybe you have a friend who buys it from you, you buy a new one, but just think for 3, 4, 5 years. Spend your money on good lenses that you will use on your next camera. I see the quality of this camera. The build is fine. I see the quality of the images, and really, if it was not for features like a second wheel to use speed and aperture and things, it would compete with a professional camera almost. Almost. I mean, picture-wise. I don't speak about the frame rate and if you're doing sport pictures and things like this, but I think this is an amazing camera for the price. Okay, so I think, yes, it's a camera you should get if you are in this range. Honestly, for me, I think Canon and Nikon should remove most of their cameras and leave a basic one, a mid-range, and 2 top range, and that's it. Now there are 6 or 7 cameras and they overlap each other, so people are really lost when they come to the time of knowing what to buy. Okay, this one is the one I would keep. I would keep the basic, which would be a 3200 or 3100, the 5300, then I would jump straight to the D800 and D4. Obviously, I would remove even the D610. I would take it off the range because I think they just overlap all the cameras. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for watching the video. I hope this gives you a small idea of about this camera. The price is around 700 euros here in the Canary Islands. I don't know how much it is in the States or in other countries, but you can check on the internet or any shop. Okay. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to visit my blog, photographyvideoblog.com.